Hello everyone. Today I have a Season 12 second chance game for the Central Bracket. This is the finals. The winner is qualified for the top cut of Season 13. Today I have Aaron versus Cory in this matchup. We have Aaron running a Web Warrior team. It looks like he's bringing Voodoo along with original Peter Parker and Baron Zemo with Wong and Toad as splashes. I think he ran something similar to this in a recent large event that happened, something similar enough. And then against him is Cory, and Cory's part of our local meta, and he is running a Hellfire team, so he's bringing every splash, every character's a splash except for Emma, and so he's see how this goes. I'm gonna let them know we're live, and today joining me is another player in Cory and my meta, and that's David, aka Starlord. How's it going, Dave?
It's going well, Lucas. How are you tonight?
I am doing pretty great. I'm excited to get this cast going. So this is really cool. I got a double header tonight. We got the West bracket finals after this one.
You're running busy tonight, eh?
Yeah, I can't get enough. That's the problem. Okay, so we have a priority roll, and it looks like Cory has one priority. I'm looking at their stuff right now. Scoundrels, Extremist, Cosmic Invasion running triple Ds against the Web Warriors. Very interesting. They're playing the exact same secures, and I think that's why we had Cory choose his extracts. I think. Is that what I'm seeing? Blue
Yeah, that
selected
looks
extract.
like looks like exactly what happened.
Yeah, so we got Paranoia here, which is an extremist. This is really interesting. We got two scenario teams head to head here. What do you think of what each player has brought?
I'm very familiar with what Cory has been bringing. As you mentioned, we're part of the same local meta. We've kind of worked together for a while, so I'm very, very excited to see. Is it Aaron's list here?
Yes, yeah.
The inclusion of original Peter has me curious, and then Voodoo as well. Obviously, might not have seen a lot of Voodoo since his change, but I'm excited to see him on the table.
Yeah, this is that is really cool. Voodoo. There's four extracts on the four extracts and they're points heavy game, very fast. With you can score 3 points if you just hold two extracts with that extra bonus, and so Voodoo could come in clutch here if he does bring him. I know that from listening to Aaron's part of the Infamous podcast, and I've listened to the last few episodes, and he talked about his web team that he brought to an event, and he said he likes to play like super pretty wide web. So I'm interested to see how wide he goes here, and if they're playing on 16 or if they're going to play on what are we 17 or 16. So interesting to see what they bring there. What do you have any ideas as to what Cory you think Cory's going to bring in this match?
Well, I can say with 100% certainty Emma, and that's where my certainty ends.
Yeah, yeah.
The Miles pick was a recent addition. Miles obviously playing the objective game very, very well alongside Rhino. I think the D-shaped secure might make him break out either Beta Ray Bill or Lizard just for a touch more control. But I think for sure we're definitely not going to see Dynamo. We probably won't see ASM from Cory either.
Cory sent me a message saying 17 threat. So yeah, exactly. The Dynamo is like we don't want to see here. Control is going to be really good. Um, I think that yeah, this is gonna be pretty cool. He's gonna have the Hellfire leadership with Paranoia. It seems pretty good, right? Because you're gonna, especially opening, you're gonna be picking up those things, maybe taking damage, but then once you hit that leadership trigger, probably later in round one, all of that damage is gonna be like undone, and you're gonna get that power back. So this is an interesting secure or extract because it's like, do you grab the extract that is close to the other secures, or do you grab the ones that are in the middle, and then by doing that you like are almost certainly gonna get that extra VP bonus, whereas you might not get it if you go for the outside ones. um, and the inside ones like let you choose which side you can rotate to. Like, there's lots of different decision points that you'd have to make on this map, especially because they're all on the midline too. So really, any of them is like could be grabbed as your first action of the game, first character activation. So there's lots of different options for this mission for sure.
I didn't see if either player was playing Eyes on the Prize just yet, but that would definitely help with the decision making, grabbing one of the central points and then fleeing to one of the wider secures.
Okay, so we are seeing Aaron. So here's like a little pro tip for any pro gamer out there, and that is that if you have your streamer overlay on and someone activates, even though their hidden zone is on, you can still see their roster. And so you'll see players turn on the overlay after rosters are brought out. But I would just say that I always like to activate my teams at the same time. Anyway, we have Aaron. He's running a wide webs team, so he has Miles and Gwen and Blackhead and OG Peter. This is really cool. And we got Wong and Toad as splash characters. He's got Spider Tracker, Brace, Advanced R&D, Mission Objective, no matter the cost. And on the other side, we have Hellfire, 5 wide. We've got Emma and Bill, Rhino, Miles, Toad. So very extract heavy games here. And very like we got some fast moving characters with Rhino and Miles and Toad has the extra range on him. So this is very scenario heavy game that both players are looking to play.
There is Bill with the Eyes on the Prize, which makes it turn one a very obvious play. But with the secure with Riot Sparks, this could turn out to be a very frustrating game from an attrition point of view. Lots of healing from Hellfire, lots of rerolls and healing from the Web Warriors. So I think this is going to come down to who can steal at the most opportune moment.
Yeah. I agree. This is gonna be pretty cool. I'm super excited. I think that the displacement that the Webs team brings with OG Peter and Gwen is going to come in pretty handy if Aaron is going to take the points lead here. So yeah, this is I'm really excited. The Extremist consoles make the fight. I don't know how many days miles we're going to see with that Extremist console, especially on the Hellfire side too, right? They're going to be getting healing from the leadership and healing from Extremists. I mean the webs are tough enough. Their durability with that extra reroll miles grabs too makes the Extremist console even more punishing for teams to attack them. Like I mean, it just like your attacks don't won't put them down as often as they normally would because of that healing that they get to do.
Mm-hmm. Wong's a very cute addition over there for the Web Warriors, so you can really activate Gwen or even activate OG Peter's displacement right away.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, I think we're gonna probably see a double meditate into an R&D. Right? What do you think? Do you think that's looking likely?
It's if seeing Eyes on the Prize wasn't already a turn one tell, then seeing Advanced R&D and Wong is also another turn one tell.
Yeah, yeah. Are you Dave? Do you have my Twitch open? You could check out the chat. No real activity yet, but hopefully we get some web warriors joining us and watch this really cool scenario game.
Well, I have the chat open. I see a couple of names that I'm familiar with,
Yeah, just
and
ignore
I
my
do.
wife's chat.
I was gonna say I agree with your wife. You have a
Yeah,
very cute host today.
there we go. There we go. Yeah, I see. Shane points out that we can't see you, so I don't know what she's talking about. Okay. All right, Shane, what do you
Deployment
think of
pretty
this?
going. Hmm.
Sorry, Dave. Go ahead.
I was just say deployment going pretty standard at this point. Bill very central. Like Bill's obviously cheating to the side. He's going to eyes in the prize to Rhino setting up on the other side. Um, Pretty docile at this point.
Yeah. Matt reps the spider foes. He says, "I don't particularly care for the web warriors." Of course, he doesn't. Oh man.
Anything with skill expression, eh, Matt?
Yo, roast. Shane, what do you think of the web warrior lineup we got here from Aaron's side? Love to hear your thoughts. You've been playing webs for a while. Okay, looks like they're all deployed, and so we have on Cory's side we've got Emma Frost in the middle with Bill. We've got Toad on the north flank. We've got Rhino mid south flank and Miles hard south flank here. And on the Web Warrior side, we've got Miles on the opposite, diagonally opposite of the other Miles, north flank. Wong, mid, north flank. We got Gwen in the middle, Toad in the middle, Black Cat, southern mid flank, and then regular
Hmm.
Spider-Man Peter Parker, OG Peter Parker is lined up against Cory's Miles. So we've got an opening play here of Eyes on the Prize, and it looks like we're in a bit of a pickle here. The lineup isn't going to work for Cory. I would have liked to have seen him eye up the bottom Paranoia instead of this top one because he's not going to reach with
Hmm.
although so we're not getting an Eyes on the Prize retreat, but I don't know if that's going to be a make it or break it situation here. He's just going to have to be, he'll just be on his side of the board. He'll still get the leadership trigger later on. He'll still get the heal. I don't see many attacks going into Bill anyway with the Web Warrior side. So I'm not too concerned that he's not going to be able to make this play happen perfectly.
I think that's absolutely fair. The dumpster is in an awkward position as well for the other side. So I'm not sure if there was a decision for this side of the table by Aaron to deny this Eye on the Prize play, but it's doing a number, that's for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
Shane is chatting about his opinions on this roster.
Yeah, OG Pete is pretty spicy here. I'm glad we get to see it in the finals. This top table here of this event is really cool. Yeah, and Spider Woman stand. Yeah, I'm loving Spider Woman right now in the rosters that I've been bringing. She's awesome.
I gave her a splash in Hydra with Strucker specifically, and she can get ridiculously tanky sometimes.
Yeah, wait, hold on. You said splashing in Hydra. Isn't she Hydra affiliated?
Sorry, I mean running her in,
Oh, okay, 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 okay. Okay.
but
So
in Strucker's Hydra.
yeah, that makes sense. That conditions, those conditions she can put on, are brutal, especially that pre-damage stun.
Hmm.
Matt says, "Does the winner here get a spot in next season?" So yes, the winner of this matchup is qualified for season 13's top cut. Actually, I won a spot in second chance in season 11, and that's how I made it into season 12 top cut. So yeah, it's pretty cool. It's really cool. Yeah, the winner qualifies for that event with a lot of great players in it. So it's really great. I'm sure both players would love to get this win here.
Runstel in chat is asking what exactly is on the line for getting into finals automatically next season. And feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, but in order to get to top cut, usually you have to go at least 5-1 across 6 games to be able to then make it into the top cut, right?
Yeah, the way I think I compared it on like last stream or maybe recently was that I mean it's similar enough to LVO. You're playing. You've got 5 events, which are the major season Swiss or games, right? The major normal Swiss events that you have, and the top whatever X players, top five, depending on how many people sign up, are qualified for the top cut. And then you got 5 other events, which are these ones, the second chance events that you have to win to qualify. So you're either having to win one of these, or you're going to have to place like 5-1 in the regular season to qualify. So every player that makes into top cut is like that's you had to play really well in one of these 10 events to do it.
We got some mirror moves going on from Miles. Uh, Bill ends up nice and central. Both Miles move up to hold their contested flank and pick up their paranoia, their disturbance, right? That's what they're referred to as.
Yes, yeah, the disturbances. Yeah, that's a good call on the Miles grab. So the one thing that Hellfire will have going for it is the faster power generation. We'll see if Wong gives Miles a power on Aaron's side because that would let him web swing next round. Otherwise, he'll be kind of stuck with only one power not being able to do anything. Whereas Cory doesn't really have to worry about that because when he triggers the leadership during this round, it'll give Miles a power back, giving him 2 power, the to like open round 2. So he'll already have his web swing online. So it's yeah, so the Miles will be like the Hellfire Miles is definitely getting the power he needs at every turn to get his full kit online pretty consistently. So let's see if Cory can utilize that in this game.
Now, Corey was asked a very early question right there of whether or not he should get into range 4 and maybe try and get the advance trigger off onto Toad. And I think he's just settling for the points at this point.
Yeah, that is interesting. I mean, it would work, except then if you like put 2 damage on Toad, it's like it then doesn't work. So it's either
Yeah.
you gotta like put 4 damage through or 1 maybe. I'm not really. Um, yeah, we'll see how this goes. So we're looking like a Wong move action. So we might not do a double meditate, just maybe a single one, giving power to only 2 web warriors. We'll see if he holds on to R&D as well. I mean, you don't have to do this opening. So.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, like you kind of just see it would happen, right? You give 2 power to Gwen and you give 2 power to Peter Parker, and you're gonna probably displace Emma, um, or you're going to displace Miles. I would like to see Cory trigger the leadership before after this Wong activation, and that would allow Emma to get an extra power, bringing her shield mind online, and Rhino would take a damage, but he would gain a power back, so it would kind of like end up he would end up neutral to where he is. It's
Yeah.
something to think about. Like I guess like how important is shield mind, and I think Miles is out of range though, so it's like the problem is that um, there's lots going on. There's lots of complex decisions that are going to need to be made. So it's there's lots of I don't want to like get too far down the rabbit hole here already.
I think Wong makes the most sense, but I don't think Gwen would go up and move. I think her having the 2 powerful lifesaver in case Corey decides to go full aggressive with Rhino, just to have that ready and then just utilize the power next turn if it doesn't happen.
Yeah, it looks like what I'm seeing here is a mission objective. It's like he's using the range 2 on Toad to measure for a mission objective. So this means if Rhino is able to use his robbery card, the extract would drop, which would then trigger mission objective from to being passed to Wong, and therefore I think the rest of the card doesn't even work, is my understanding. Here we go. We're going to see advanced R&D. It's going to give it 1 power to Gwen and one power to Peter, just like we thought. Yeah, so this is
Mm-hmm.
yeah, exactly what we thought would happen here.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, I'm already seeing like the pressure, the secure pressure that is going to be put on that side. So who have the paranoia? Okay, so Cory's got to make sure. So he look at that. I was just gonna say this, and he already measured it. He measured the range 2 on Bill to Emma to see if he already got the paranoia buff or like that little extra point bonus. And
Mm-hmm.
I think that measurement showed Cory that he needs to factor that in. Miles and Bill have the paranoia, so I think we're gonna see Rhino move onto the this flank secure in order to make sure like you kind of like lock in the point or at least tie the point, and then try to get that bonus. I think that it's interesting. There's so much because like Peter Parker can totally disrupt that, and it can put the point favor in Aaron's position. So yeah, so there we go. Yeah, Shane says Miles is getting pulled, and I would say like um he didn't hit the leadership trigger either. But I would say that Miles could get pulled, but Rhino could body block it. But if so, it's like Rhino gets pulled is what I'm thinking is about to happen.
You ever pass as Corey round 1? Kind of wait with Rhino?
Yeah, you could do that. That's a good. That's a good call.
Because I feel like this is a matter of who moves last wins.
Yeah, I think so. And with that wide web steam, that's yeah. Okay. He's
And
measuring
he's
to see if he can
pre-measuring
get
the
an attack
movement
off,
back.
right? He's looking to see how much threat, how much if someone goes on the point, can he attack them? Is the Oh, sorry, hold on. Aaron was measuring that. Aaron has the red
Hmm.
tools, so he's saying, well, it looks like I'm gonna get attacked, is what I think he saw with those measuring tools. Let's see if that's accurate. Um, all right, so yeah, we've got Rhino could pass here.
I feel like Rhino should pass, right?
Yeah, potentially. Yeah, Deaton says Switch has to realize, so yes, Cory has to realize that violence is his way to win this game and start it ASAP. Yeah, I agree that this is what web warriors are not going to attack you unless it's going to benefit them a lot more than just like damage. That means like a black hat stagger or a displacement attack.
There is the like he did say the body block option. I feel like Rhino doesn't quite have enough room because I feel like the ideal spot is right in between Miles and Black Cat, right? Like you put him just right there.
Yeah, that is totally fair. I'm worried about a second character from Aaron going on that point. Oh, look at that. He didn't.
Mm,
Oh, so he measured. He didn't have the room for it. Oh, he's sneaking through. Yeah, he didn't have the range 3 attack on Black Cat is what I think we saw.
mhm. So Miles can't be pulled here, or no, I guess he can from a certain angle. Um,
We've got the leadership trigger now. Yeah, so I mean the answer I think is you just can't, why wouldn't you just take Rhino off at the point? Am I missing something? Like Rhino's gonna have he's gonna have
yeah,
3
right.
power no matter what to go anywhere he wants. Let's
Yeah,
see.
right. Rhino gets pulled and Spider-Man goes onto the point, or does Spider-Man? He doesn't have the movement to get to the back next to Emma, does he?
Yeah, I don't think so. No, you'd have to. The only way to reach the back D point would be to be directly in the middle, like opposite to it, and it's a very millimeter based movement, and 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 Emma's already blocking it, so there's no way to grab the back D point. However, you could take her off of the point, and she doesn't have shield mine to protect that.
Hmm.
No escape is protecting a 6-3, more than that potentially here. 3, you're scoring, I don't know, how can you score more than 6 right now? You got 3 with the paranoia and you've got 3 with the secures, like maximum probably. So I think 6-3 sounds reasonable. 6-2 maybe is because of there's no more. There we go.
Hmm.
So yeah, Aaron putting on the scoring pressure very strong right away.
But now Gwen also has the power to go and pull Toad off, and yeah, you're right. Get the early 6-3. Does Aaron have the friendship bonus turned on currently?
Yeah, the Wong
Yeah,
play,
Toad
right?
Toad's
That
Wong.
Wong
Yeah,
was, I
yeah.
think it was like a quadruple whammy basically, right? You got the friendship bonus, you got mission objective counter. Wong's on the points. You got everything you wanted. Sooner mentions a tough squad for Aaron. This and he mentions that played against it in the finals at NashCon. That was the event that I remembered Aaron playing at with
Mm.
wide webs here. And so yeah, it's Aaron was the runner up at NashCon. So that's he's a very strong player.
So, see, this probably a very silly question. No matter the cost, that's just for Miles, correct?
I I'm not. I mean, maybe it would like you could open with a stagger with Black Hat or something, but at this point, yes, that's what it sounds like. The only it looks like the only good use for it. It is another steal on command.
Hmm.
So yeah, Peter Parker. Does what attacks does Peter Parker have? Spender wise, taser webs. Is taser webs good? Okay.
Range
I'm
three,
generally, I
six
kind of actually
dice, two
now that
power.
I said that as a joke, but like I actually um I
It
don't
deals
know because
damage
I've
if it's
never
done.
I've never put Peter Parker on the table before. I don't. It doesn't look that. It looks um, like it's a desperation attack, is what it is. You play that only when you absolutely need to. Taser web is terrible.
Well, at least we know why he's being brought.
It's ungood.
It's ungood.
Oh, can you imagine? All right. Okay, so what taser face? Yeah, taser face. I just watched the new Guardians movie finally recently, so
Mhm.
that's a good call on Taserface. So he wasn't in the movie though, or maybe he didn't say anything. Did he die? I think he died at number 2.
He definitely exploded.
Taserface.
All right, so there's the pull onto Toad, giving the 6-3.
Six should be 6-2, right? No bonus. Oh, hold on, no 6-3.
Oh
Yeah,
no,
no
yeah,
six
because he's
three. It
still
would have been
holding 2 extra actions.
6-4 if he stayed within 2.
Mhm.
So 6-3. Yeah, that is a deficit. Corey's gonna need to start this activation super strong here if he wants to minimize the damage this round. Oh yeah, that's right.
So where do you go? Let's say you're Cory at this point.
Um. Wow. Okay, so I gotta look to see where the extracts are. They're on Miles. Um. They're on
Miles
Miles
and
and
Toad.
Toad. Man, I think you're looking at stampeding with Rhino and attacking into frickin'. I think you're like kind of like hail. I don't want to say like hail marrying immediately, but like you have to identify that you need to take out characters. Their backline is weak. Toad is sitting at he can you could push through 4 damage on Toad, and then if you mission objectives it, you
And
you
this is a
now
robbery on the
you can
wall.
like throw the truck into Wong, uh, and then and attack him, or like or attack him first, and then like there's a few things. Yeah, you do have brace, but like you're burning. I mean, you want him to lose brace at the beginning of round 2, right? So you can set up the rest of your throws. You can set up
Mhm.
more throws. Um, so like Bill has 3 power, right? If you make Wong play brace, then you can just use Bill to throw the size 3 terrain at Miles or and Larry with Bill, right? Then there you're getting your 2 attacks in kind of into Miles, um,
Mhm.
without so like these are uh those are the points that I see how the ways out of this, but it is I think you're already on you've kind of are on a very set path here. I think that um if Aaron is able to start rotating, then like the way he would want to, then I think you're in a uncomfortable position. So he's measuring on Rhino, looking like I think he might activate Rhino first here.
I like the Stampede play because then you can just roll a bunch of dice at someone and hope for the best.
Yeah,
The attack.
seven dice and a toad. I mean, they're like you could put through 4 damage. Obviously like there's a risk here. Here we go. I think we're seeing it. Stampede. Oh no,
Mhm.
we're seeing just a single attack. 5 dice probably.
I think he's probably going to throw the truck with the power first.
Yeah, right. I can see that happening. Okay. He can't. Let's see. We're doing
All
a
right.
regular attack. 5 dice, I
Yep.
think.
5 dice gore into Toad.
Oh, whoa! Look at that. Oh, great rolls from
Oh,
both players.
wow. Okay.
We've got the Miles reroll coming in, so we've got 2 damage on Toad. Let's see if that converts. Look at that, 3 blocks on Toad. That's great for Aaron. He's about to. He is very likely to run away with Toad. Let's see. I don't know. The problem is you can't run away because then you don't have brace online. Like I don't know, is that a good thing? I'm not sure. Lots of questions that have to be asked right now because you only have exactly enough to run away medium. Are you running like um? Let's see if he
Hey,
does. Let's see. You actually, it's tricky. I think you do run away and get outside of medium range of Rhino, but let's see if he's staying there. Oh, mission objective kind of stops the robbery. That's probably why Aaron would maybe not run away.
a little bit of sportsmanship here from Aaron, just calling out that Rhino wasn't within one of the
Oh,
objective.
yeah, yeah.
I think Aaron might be deciding if he's going to slippery.
Yeah. I think there's pros and cons here. I think you can find a spot to move medium with Toad outside of medium throw of Rhino. There we go. That was the angle that I was thinking of. So, um, oh yeah, standing on the dumpster. Shane points out. Yeah, that's really sweet too. I mean, the thing too you have to know is that um, you're going to go neck. Like Rhino only gets one more attack here, and so, ooh, can he get out? It looks like you can. He looks like he can get out. There it is.
Rhino does still have Stampede online.
Yeah, that's a fair point. Oh, look at that. Aaron measuring the mission objective on this side now. That's wow, that's pretty cool. Yeah, so he sees the preventing. He's gonna get mission objective onto Spider, onto Peter Parker. If Rhino does decide to go into Miles. I've been thinking about this a little bit recently, and the new tools aren't in the system here. You know this how easy this would be if he had the new tools.
The marginal millimeter of difference.
Yeah, yeah. So the yeah, so Toad. See, I think like things like this, like you're gonna find it might matter. I don't know. I don't know if it matter. I don't know if it does or not. Well, I guess we'll find out, but it matters to me. All right, so now Rhino's got one more action left, enough power to throw terrain and stampede. Sorry, do one or the other. Maybe you can
Mhm.
stampede into power gain for a throw.
I think that would be the hope.
Yeah. These characters, all these spiders are so tough though, right? With that Miles and I think Peter. So Peter should have he has the same spider senses, right? As
Yeah.
Spectacular and Miles, it's Spider Sense, 2 extra dice, but you get a third reroll from Miles leadership, and you can reroll skulls because of if you're if you are holding an extract or contesting a secure.
Yeah. You roll a lot of dice. You re-roll a lot of dice. You are absurdly tanky as web warriors.
Yeah. All right, so I'm sure that was a stampede there. Yeah, the power generation. The dumpster is going to be destroyed, and we've got a 7 dice attack incoming here. Toad has
Mm.
taken 2. So if he takes 3 more, he will be dazed. Is he going to play raw? Oh, he can't. He only has 1 power. Okay, so he has to attack here.
Now the cool thing here is, assumingly that Aaron plays mission objective here, he could place off of Toad, and if he generates the power, he can just, this is a robbery Spider-Man.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, if he gets Toad here, I was
Yeah.
talking to Curtis about Hellfire a couple weeks back, and he said like his plan is to daze your models that have the extracts and save this as a robbery for later, or at least keep the. Crunstel says I'm surprised he destroyed the dumpster there. He destroyed it from the push, and Toad lives on 1. So that's quite the thing. It does slippery is slippery multiple times. Is it per?
Slippery is multiple times.
Yeah, you can. There's no restriction, so he could slippery again. That's pretty wild. I think we will see that.
Send him back towards Wong.
Yeah, for the heal. I'm like, oh brother. Yeah, I think we might see that. Oh geez, yeah, that's tough. You need your Rhino activation to really put that to put your two threat down. Um, so he's playing the okay. So he's not opting to play
He's
his.
not using slippery.
He is
This
playing
is a
this robbery.
robbery.
There's mission objective counter. So yeah. So you don't get to throw Toad either. The card is basically completely shut down. It's like I don't want to say like hard counter, but it like counters the card.
It's like I am this guy to a charge, basically. but no refund.
Yeah, yeah. So there we go. So we have Peter Parker now holds the paranoia.
It's very amusing to me how quickly a wide webs roster like this can just feel oppressive.
I've been I've been saying that for months. No, Miles is the playing against the freaking wide webs is just like it's just funny because like me, someone who plays like high threat models often, it's funny how people complain about them. Exactly know why they complain about them, and I can understand. So, but as me playing those high threat models, a wide web steam is like the problem that they're experiencing is like the problem I'm experiencing. And so they're like man, they give me the fits playing against the web warriors. So
I've been trying to play a few attrition rosters recently, and offensive rerolls into defensive rerolls for some reason always feels lopsided towards defensive rerolls.
yeah, I think it's because you
um,
roll your dice and then you look over and they've got like four shields.
yeah,
Mutilus says Aaron stole my list. Yeah, actually, there's proof of that on whatever episode it was, five episodes back or something.
Noah
No,
saying this is why CGR is in the game. Webs are dumb as hell. Amen, brother.
yeah, yeah, webs are dumb as hell. All right, great. Loving the chat with the people. Love the web warriors. They can't get enough of them.
Fan favorite. Them alongside X-Men, I feel like are just they're such popular IPs.
Yeah, I mean, it's all conspiracy to sell more minis is to have the web warriors be the best squad in the freaking is is to be the best squad at the game.
How long did you ride Malekith, Lucas?
Okay, well, actually, that's a good question. It was hold on, how long ago did he get nerfed? I think it
Which
must have been
time?
the last time, the most recent time. The
Uh, that would have been the card update, like
I've played him for a year
August,
straight. I think
September.
it must have been like a year, right? Because he came out in like mid season 8. He came out of TTS League.
Hmm.
That was like July-ish, I think, right, somewhere around there of last year. And I played him until September, basically, of this year. So that's for basically for 14 months or so. I played Malekith.
You
Yeah,
got a lot of mileage out of that character. Holy.
yeah, too. Yeah, I did. Yeah, that's that's a thing. Okay, yeah. Mike says webs have to outplay to win. Can't say the same about CGR. Yeah. I mean, that's. I exactly. I totally understand that. I just don't like when better players beat me. That's it's just like it's just like it's so debilitating. It's just so demoralizing when like a better player just like plays better than you, and it's like I had no shot ever at winning this game. It's tough for most people to go, yeah, that's right. It's it's tough when you end a game and go, I have no idea what just happened to me.
I don't know what we're deliberating at this point. It looks like Toad fell back to Wong,
Yeah, wrote to E
and
Rose. Yeah,
now
good call.
we're waiting on I think Cory's activation here.
Yeah, so Cory could pass here, but I think like you need to put the pressure on. Look at that. He's gonna have Toad try to get a Toad on Toad violence here is what I think we're looking at. So Toad is pushing from the north flank. He's rotating towards Aaron's back flank here. He's got a range 3. He might even have range 2. You want to get through that cover. You want to avoid having cover here, so that we're checking cover now, and we are outside of 2. Oh, that's rough. He is going to have, but he only needs to push through 1 damage. So you're asking for a lot out of this attack, but it can happen.
Does it make more sense to hop first?
Yes, that's a very fair point. I think that would have been the right play here. Giving Toad cover. is well, it doesn't matter because the roll wasn't good enough anyway. You do have a wild push, so you might opt to do that to get him off the point at least. I'm not sure if that's yeah, it keeps Wong on the point. It's tricky. They're both playing teams that don't have a lot of punch to them, so going up on points by a decent margin on one side is it makes it challenging to get out of. Let's see. So Toad
Aaron
is.
doesn't.
Go ahead.
Sorry, I was gonna say Aaron really doesn't need to do anything with this top half of the board. Like Gwen and Miles are absolutely safe. I don't think Bill wants to go up there because then he's just denying himself his friendship bonus.
Yeah. Also, like you don't want to power up Miles either to make you drop the extract. So it's a very uncomfortable position for Bill right now. And I think that we're gonna see probably Gwen just like move and just try to displace a character off of a D shape that's already activated, right? Like she might just move and pull Toad off the point and then move back eventually,
Mm-hmm.
and then Miles can just push, or yeah, and then maybe Miles can like rotate back towards the rest of his team. You've got lots of options right now. Um, and because your characters aren't in any significant danger, like you just mentioned.
All I can think of right now, at the bottom side of this map here, with Miles, OG Peter, and Black Cat, is Miles and the Ralph Wiggum meme. I'm in danger.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. The paranoia. I noticed that. I mean, Miles also has taken one damage right from the paranoia. This is Aaron's Miles up top, and
Mm-hmm.
he. I mean, he could just like pay the one power and rotate Miles, and then he's back to full health again. So, or Gwen. I mean, yeah, you've got the healing from the extremist is just gonna make any damage you put through on webs not. Man, you thought Hellfire was bad for uh, chip damage. Like play webs on extremist. Like that might be just as equally as frustrating to play against.
Frustrating is the optimal word right there. Absolutely frustrating. Amidst all the rerolls and only getting through one damage, only for it to not matter, especially with Wong nearby.
Yeah, Wong. Yeah, Wong. Wong is it just helps. It's just funny. Like yeah, Toad's gonna heal back two more health points, and if he wants, I mean probably. Like, what else does Wong do here? But um,
Wong punch.
yeah, Wong punch Toad. Yeah. I mean, what else?
It's
Actually,
easy.
I don't know. Like generally, like what else does he do? I think that I don't know what it does. I guess it doesn't matter. What else do we have? Are there any other like important activations here that we're not seeing? Like Emma is
Emma's kind
really
of
stuck.
stuck.
She's stuck there. She's I think
Yeah.
yeah. I love when my opponent's four threats do nothing on a turn and just stand on a D-shaped secure. It feels really good because like they're basically just playing down a character.
Hmm. There's a very small chance that Emma can get within 4 of OG Peter, but not it's not too consequential. Like she gets off one shot and maybe pushes her or advances him, but
Yeah.
not if he does this.
Noah makes a line of play call here. Noah actually won. I think did he win? Sorry, Noah. Did you played in the finals of the East bracket, right? And I think you won it. I think you won the East bracket. So he makes a call and says Wong comes to the South Point. So we could double rotate, double move to rotate, and then we could have Peter rotate up and pull Wong onto the point. You're getting Toad back on the point. Can you pull your own character? I guess push an enemy character towards this one, so you can't pull your own character. Pull Toad off the point. You're pulling. Okay, gotcha. You're pulling Cory's Toad off the point, and
Mhm.
then you're winning that point. You're also going to be within two of your Toad probably, so that will get you the bonus if you don't get it anywhere else. So yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay. So
Uh,
move impact webbing to gain the power.
yes,
Um,
yes. The Wong
and
would
then
rotate down to the bottom here. I think you have to wait for Miles, this Miles down here to go.
I think
Which
he's impact webbing Miles at the bottom here.
okay, so we got Peter Parker going into Miles. It looks like. Yeah, it looks like that's what's happening.
Oh my lord.
Oh, don't get that. We got the okay. We still have rerolls from Cory's side on his Miles, but 4 on Aaron's side. Solid roll. Yeah. Peter wins the point. Yeah, because going last. Oh, look at that. Miles. Look, some great rolls from both sides.
Pickle fight. But the purpose of that obviously is to generate the power. He doesn't get
Yes,
the
yeah.
wild trigger. I'm not sure if there would have been an angle to push, but
Kenny would have liked to see this happen later, but it's still happening uh, just as he thought. No escape. Yeah, so this is there's two more there's only two more. This is one of the last two second chance finals. So we have No Escape. He won the East bracket. We have this is the Central bracket. The West bracket between Leaf and Nobility is happening at 9:30 p.m. So that's like about an hour and a half from now. And we have Liam Watt, a previous TTS League finalist, runner-up, season 7, I think it was, um, and he won the Europe bracket, and then we had on my stream we had the Australian winner, which man, I forget his name now, um, but that was a pretty wild match. Jay, I think it was Jay won um, the Australian second chance final. So these are the last two games um, of the second chance.
so a lot on the line.
Yeah,
So
it's
what do you do? So what do you do now as Corey? Like he's
well,
set up.
you uh, do you have anyone with no power? It's like you maybe I think you go with Bill, you double walk and throw that size 4 into Peter Parker. Cry, no escapes. Cry. Oh jeez. Oh man. I guess uh,
We're out of
picking
displacements though,
sides.
right?
Picking. I mean, yeah. I don't know. Does
So
Noah? Do
the
you know? Noah? Do you know Aaron? Or like, sorry, I'm like, I don't know. I don't know very many people. So I'm sorry if like it's if everyone knows that Noah knows Aaron. Um. So yeah. I mean, okay. All right. I mean, so I guess they must know each other. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Cool. This makes a lot of sense.
a Ron.
That's good.
I don't
Yeah.
mind
So
the bill. I don't mind the bill play because it does activate friendship bonus on Toad, and at least keeps Corey somewhat relevant. And he's out of displacements right now.
yeah.
So that would at least kind of give him a little bit of something, something. But I don't think he can get onto the point. Is the problem? He could like if he can move, get within range to throw, and then move again. That's not bad.
Yeah, I mean, I think this Emma play is if just like I said, if you sit on that point, you're just asking for to lose. You're just to lose slower. That's is really what
Hmm.
the situation is. So moving Emma and attacking seems like out of necessity.
And Peter's not going to be able to use any rerolls because his only affects physical and energy.
Let's see, 399 plus 4. No, Schmid. Schmid, you're confusing Spectacular Spider-Man with the OG Peter Parker. OG Peter Parker is a 4 threat character. Okay.
Ooh, gets a good amount of damage through and gets the mobility trigger.
All right, so you get to advance Peter Parker with that, so pushes through 3 damage on Peter. Emma in the middle of the board now with that single move action towards the web's backline. All right, Schmid coming in hot with the Only Spider-Man that is undefeated at WTC is the OG Peter. Uh, all right. So yeah, we've got the advanced trigger towards Miles. I'm liking the. I'm liking that. That's seems totally reasonable. Great play by Cory, I think. Um, I think that was the best decision you can make with that advanced trigger. And you're threatening to take it from him. You're also, um, yeah. Well, let's see how Aaron responds to that. The steal. Miles' steal is online at 3, although you don't get to pick it up. You're really looking to push through 1 damage somewhere. You're going to have to do like a web swing kick with 6 dice to generate 3 power back in order to be able to steal and make him drop the extract and then pick it up as well. Stagger Miles now. Yeah, that's Shane. Yeah, exactly. That looks like the right play. I agree.
Well, both Gwen and Miles are kind of, well, probably more Gwen than Miles, but Gwen's kind of free to go over to the back point. Otherwise, because Bill kind of has to
Okay.
retreat to get that.
So we're seeing Miles go. He didn't. He opted not to use the healing on Miles, which is reasonable he will because he'll have 2 power next turn to make him more mobile and more be able to put out the damage output if needed. And Gwen is probably. I mean, my guess is Gwen um, is going to then heal Miles and then double walk as like a later activation because she could generate the power off of the second power next round, off of an attack. Maybe. Let's see. Oh yeah, Shane makes a good call that Miles can't pick it up either because he's already holding one. This is a problem that I found myself playing when I remember this distinctively, like this, like just like this is like such, it's like locked in my brain that I was um, playing on. I was playing against Mike, and and it was a webs game, and I activated my characters before that did not have objectives before I activated my characters that did, so that when he picked on my characters that were holding extracts, I could not respond by picking up the extracts that had fallen on my other
Mm,
characters because the could be right because the characters that were had already activated were the ones that would have been able to pick them up. And ever since then, that's been something that has like been in my mind as I play the game. Is like, yeah, that it's something to consider. Is like, uh, is how are you going to respond when when you're forced to drop your extracts? You might be just out of luck and not be able to pick them up again.
hmm I think this is probably the best that Bill's going to be able to do. Place on the bus or place near the bus within range of Toad keeps him somewhat relevant.
Yeah.
It is a double move, but he
Are you
still has.
throwing someone off the point here? Throwing Wong off the point for 3 power? You could because you're going to get the power back from the leadership anyway.
Yeah, and Wong's already gone. He healed Toad, so yeah, I think he'd probably just throw Wong into Toad and try and get some extra damage on both, right?
Yeah, that seems totally reasonable. Yeah, there it is.
Wong can't. Sorry, Toad can't brace it.
Oh yeah, there you go. So we could see him flip.
He's going for the roll here. Blocks one.
Yep, lives on 1 again.
Back to where he was. Yeah.
Yeah. But that
Okay,
displacement and winning that point and slowing down Aaron is definitely needed.
that gives him 3 points to play with
He's
there with the
also
again with the
gets
friendship
the
bonus.
friendship bonus this time, right? Is that what I'm seeing? Because of his toad
Yep.
is right there.
Mm-hmm.
What are we seeing now? We see a card, Hellfire Leadership being triggered. So Miles is going to get that extra power. There's that 4th power. So I guess it doesn't matter. Like Shane already pointed out, he can't pick it up. So he's down to.
Now
Um,
Rhino gets the power back from Ornery, correct?
yes, he would get the power back. So he should get a power here. So the one thing though is that the players both said that they would prefer to not have a judge come in the room unless unless requested. So because of that, I'm not going to jump in on any sort of trigger. I don't know if that is a mandatory trigger either, but anyway, I'm only jumping in because the players both agreed to this. I'm only jumping in if requested because I am an accuser, so I could. But that's where we're at.
Sounds fair. It looks like Cory was just, or Aaron may have just been measuring shield mind range from Emma. So while Emma is in the middle of nowhere currently, she is in a perfect position to stop displacement for the entire team, and she's got plenty of power to do it.
Yeah. So let's see here. We've got um, interesting that we're gonna have Black Cat's go last activation here. She only has 2 power. Um, so she can't really impact the extract board here. Are you for like you're just gonna stay there? Are you happy with? You're probably happy with Black Cat just staying there, right?
I think so. I think she rolls a couple of dice at Miles because, again, his Venom Blast isn't exactly relevant with him holding an objective.
Yeah. So I think we're gonna see Miles. Is he just gonna attack Peter, or maybe like you might see Miles? Hold on, who hasn't gone yet? Just Black Cat. So you see Miles rotate back towards his home secure and attack Gwen with a move web swing attack. Pushes her off the points. Is that good, or are you um
I think you can kind of do both, right? You could web swing attack into Peter,
okay?
get some extra dice down to maybe make him drop the objective to, I don't know, force Black Cat to go and grab it, and then go back to the home point.
Yeah, that is interesting. So I saw the range 2 measurement off of Spider-Man. I think so something interesting is like if he keeps the extract, if Peter Parker keeps the extract, Black Hat can move within 2 of him and then get stop the friendship bonus. So right now, because right now Aaron isn't getting that, right? So the only
Hmm.
characters who have it, we've got Miles up top holding one who has no bonus, and we've got Spectacular here holding one. So it looks like um, he's gonna put damage through on Peter Parker as the goal here. Did
I think that
Peter
makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, Peter has 3 health left. Let's see if that extra health he got in the errata keeps him alive, or if it isn't enough. Or let's see who he attacks. I'm not certain who he's going to attack here. I would assume it's going to be Peter. It seems like the best decision. So let's see
That
how.
makes the most sense.
Yeah, yeah,
New Cat is kind of scary tanky now.
she is. She is tanky.
Well, not with that roll.
Oh, okay. So it was. Look at that. Yeah. So that wasn't a Black Cat. Okay.
Huh.
But no damage through. So we've got only one more attack. That's a bummer for Cory, who basically just paid 2 power for nothing, is really what just happened.
Hmm.
All right, so he's got only 4 dice left here, unless he decides to move off the point.
Well, after using web swing, I doubt that he's gonna.
Yeah, no, exactly. He's kind of stuck there. You can now it's impossible to kill a cat, right? With 4 dice, so you just unless
It's
you, like you
yeah,
can't. Oh man,
100% impossible.
yeah, I would have liked to have seen this going to Peter just because of that, because I think you're just giving him the free extract. Don't yeah. Okay, so we're seeing 2 damage through so far, 1 damage through with a throw.
It gets the web reroll.
I think he already used it.
Oh, that was quick. Looks like 1 damage.
Iron Lich Rich says, at least it wasn't 1 damage on cat. Well, now it is. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I agree entirely with Sooner here. The play was 100% into Peter, because now that he's got that 1 extra damage through, like Cat can just move, steal.
Yeah, that's exactly what we're gonna see happen. We're having a blank die here. Oh, maybe he.
This was the reroll. Oh, he's trying to take more damage. He rerolled a success to take more damage for more power.
Oh man, that's my mind exploding.
He didn't really need to. The 1 damage would have given him enough.
He's gonna get thrown though, so he's maybe he's looking to leap in. But I don't know. Maybe not. I'm not seeing it yet. I'm not. Give me like a couple of minutes here, and I'll understand what is happening.
Yeah, the extra power feels unnecessary because even with the throw, she's not using her grappling hook. She's just moving, stealing. That's the turn.
Yeah. Hmm. It's interesting. I'm saying that because I don't know. Um. That was not great. Okay, so tell me,
Oh, there's no
Noah,
way.
what was not
There's
great?
no way. Can you get there? Can you get?
I don't know. It's close.
That's
Um,
gonna be so
if you,
rude if you can
yeah,
make
if
both
you, well,
happen.
I think you can. You can. I think there's wiggle room. I think there's enough. As soon as we see that one tool down. So
Oh
basically,
no.
you have to get within like look at where the line is on the board, the map. If you can get your
Yeah.
character to be touching this sidewalk line, which you can, you're in. That's what you use. Use your tools plus the map to see where you can get to. And so as long as your character is touching this little diagonal sidewalk, look at that. You see where the tool lines up almost
Oh,
perfectly with it?
that's so rude.
You know you can use that to know that you're in. Yeah, you're definitely in. Oh, I guess he's looking at it the other way. I would have just moved to be placed within two of Peter because I could see that line on the sidewalk. But either way, you're gonna get in.
Okay, so that's this is the final activation, right? So
Yeah,
this is
this.
one, two, three, four, five, six. Six again for Web
Oh
Warriors.
man, yeah. So we're gonna steal. Oh, hold on, we're stealing. So isn't
Yep.
that more, or am I missing something?
No,
One,
no, six is
two.
with the steal.
Okay, six is with the steal because you're getting one, two, three, four, five, and the bonus is
And
six.
she also spent the power to be able to heal herself one. Perhaps that was the play. He re-rolled the success to get the power so he could move, steal, and interact to heal.
Yeah, that's I see that. Yeah, so 12-6. So it's another 6-3 because we have Cory scoring the back Aaron's side extremist, and he's also got the friendship bonus and one secure. Oh, sorry, and one extract, one bonus, one secure. Scores him 3. So we go 12-6, and this is where you pivot even harder into attrition.
Yeah,
There's no other answer other than just roll, hoping you can start one shotting web warriors.
things have got to die very, very quickly. Call out Shane in the chat if this is a great web show. Yeah, yeah, you gotta love it, but you also gotta hate it. It's
Uh,
beautiful to watch. It's beautiful to watch. It's awful to play against.
yes, it is. It's fun. It's guaranteed. It's guaranteed. All these things that webs can do are guaranteed, right? There's a guaranteed steal, guaranteed displacement. It's all guaranteed. Yeah. So yeah, fellow Ontarian Rain experienced this something similar to this when he played Criminal Syndicate into a wide web team, and that's what he had to say about the Web Warriors is that they're guaranteed. They got a bunch of guarantees on their cards, and it's hard to play against. But yeah, um, it's cool. Lots of. I mean, it can fall apart, right? If your characters don't roll the things they need to roll on defensively, um, the whole mission can fall apart. You're just hoping that if that is happening, it doesn't fall apart like 5 times in a row consecutively.
Mhm.
At some point, someone's gonna roll a block die, and then you're back in it on webs here when you're rotating again. But um, yeah,
This is a very interesting activation here. Like Emma's got the power for a hands off, which isn't a bad choice. Like if you just want to get characters off the table. Hands off is range 3.
all right. So we have So you're saying who are you saying should be activated first?
Cory was measuring with Emma first.
Yeah.
The most likely character to actually kill someone. and she is within range 3 of Peter. Uh, but again, we just might be at that point where it's too little, too late. I think too much needs to happen for Cory.
Yeah, I
Sorry,
agree. Let's see what happens.
Matt and chat. Cat gets reworked. Cat, oh no, anyway.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
yeah, 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 yeah. That's exactly right. Oh no, anyway.
she went from one of the premier objective stealers to now probably my most frustrating model in the game.
The
Like
tanking, the tanking. That one of the tankiest three threats in the game.
capped damage
or
is
in,
so good.
Shane likes her better now, so it wasn't. It wasn't a nerf. Yeah.
Oh,
Uh,
that's a
it
dead
was
Peter.
a lateral movement is what Cat was, right? She just pivoted to
Hmm.
another. But okay, so sorry, I'm catching up now. Whoa, holy moly! I see this. Wow, what an attack! You can't counter this if you're Emma, right? This was Emma, right?
This was Emma.
So
She
there's
spent 4
nothing.
power for a 8 dice hands off.
Yeah,
So
you
that's a dazed
do
Peter.
anything about that because Emma has that sweet ability. That what is it called here? The power inhibition. Yeah, there we go.
Hmm.
So yeah, you do it, you pick it up, and you go again. Another hit into somebody. Range
The
four,
only
Gwen, I
character that's in
guess.
range is definitely Black Cat. She's not in range for Gwen, I don't
She
think.
can't. Are you sure? You can't hit Black Cat though because of the
Oh, because it's stealth. Ha!
only 12 more spikes to go. That's what Noah says. Can you hit Gwen? I don't know. You can't hit Black Cat. You're out of targets.
So she moves. Does she go over to Gwen?
Yeah, maybe you do with the this because you do have shield mine to protect yourself from it. Yeah, you're kind of. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's probably your only thing to do. I mean, okay, yeah, that's probably it. Hmm, it's tough. Having medium base, medium mover here in this game is like that's tricky, right? Look at Aaron's list, right? Long mover, long mover, long mover. You've
Hmm.
got then Toe. Wong is like your only one, and he's not. Yeah, Wong. Toad obviously has the long grab, and then we've got Miles with the web swing, so it's like super fast team. You've got only a couple fast characters on Cory's side, and I think that yeah, it's tricky.
Rhino's first 2 activations unfortunately kind of set the tone for him. He didn't really do what he was supposed to, and mission objective screwing over this is a robbery is a fantastic planning for Aaron. And it's just kind of put Rhino in a really awful spot where he can't go and do what he wants to do.
Yeah.
So what's the shortest path to victory for Aaron? It's probably Gwen goes up to Miles, right? Like that kind of locks in 3 points, and then all you really need is Black Cat to run away at that point.
Yeah. So can yeah, that's interesting because Rhino doesn't have enough power for Stampede either. So he's even with the Hellfire leadership, um, it doesn't matter because he's not on a point. So he's
Hmm.
not going to get any benefits from it. So yeah, I think that seems pretty reasonable. I mean, Black Hat could still get got though. Switch. Toad could double move and hop onto the back point is what Noah is suggesting. He could use and then you're not having to activate Gwen as early. But looks like we're getting a Black Cat move. I think the play here is that Aaron is seeing is you can get her onto the point outside of one. So Rhino is um, can't hit her with a single attack potentially. You could also, I guess you. I mean, yeah. How much power does Gwen have? 2 power. You could lifesaver her, I guess. Um,
Spider Tracker is
Spider
also still
Tracker.
online.
Yeah, if you're outside of 3, then you can spider track her. She doesn't even need to be on the point either, right? She just needs to not be attacked multiple times. Is really what it is. And I think that, yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Shane would have put her in a corner. Yeah, I think that's totally. You're up by 6.
Yeah,
You
you're
could
right.
just put
Black
her in
Cat
a
just
corner.
runs to the corner. Yeah.
Yeah, you could have run to the corner, like closer to Toad, so that Toad could have followed you to get you 2 VPs. So, I mean, when you've got this much of a lead, it's really there's the different options have opened up will open up significantly. So really, there's no. It's hard to really say what you should and shouldn't do because um, you've got a lot of wiggle room.
Mm-hmm. Welp. Hmm.
So for the people watching, I am going to be playing this Saturday at 4 p.m. Eastern. I am in the finals of the TTS Season 12 League. I'm playing against DM Lord from Italy. It will be a really exciting game, so tune in. I mean, I think it will be. I mean, I hope it isn't actually. I hope I just completely annihilate him. uh, and I hope everyone is so bored because of how much I am crushing my opponent. But of course, I don't think that's going to happen. I think it'll be very intense. So
You just got to tell your opponent and say, "Hey, bud, I got to wrap this up in like an hour and a half. I got dinner plans. Can you just like roll poorly, please?"
yeah, asking DM Lord to roll poorly is quite the ask. That's for sure.
All right, still trying to remain optimistic for Cory here, despite how bleak things are. Like, he's got a Toad could potentially come over. He doesn't have the power for it. Okay, so maybe Toad doesn't go yet. But I feel like if you have the ability to use Hellfire leadership to get Toad the extra power, he comes over to Miles, Finders Keepers, to take the objective. Then Miles can come over. He can web swing and use web swing move, which will probably trigger Spider Tracker, but with the intent of Venom blasting Black Cat to drop the objective. But it is all a moot point.
Yeah, I think Toad rotating here. I don't know. I didn't put much thought into it, but doing a double move action. Um, I don't know if that's. I think you kind of just had to attack Wong maybe. Or and then maybe get enough power to then leap and attack Toad and push that 1 damage through. Like just try to do that. I think because now we're dealing with.
Cat has no power for Tracker. All right, never mind. That would have. I feel like Bill could have gone to generate the power, and then use. Oh, I guess Toad wouldn't have got the power. He wasn't in range of the objective. Never mind. I'll be here all day.
Okay, so look, Toad's looking to maybe. I think you just rotate Toad north towards Miles, like I think Noah suggested earlier. Just go hang out with Miles up there. But looks like he's being way more aggressive than I would be in this position. But I guess like you're wasting Miles's activation on Toad is what I think Aaron is offering.
Mm.
All right, and he's gonna probably heal 1 off Toad, right? Or is he? Does he worry about it? Like an attack is an attack. If you have 1
It's
health left, if you have 2 health left, I don't know if it even matters.
regardless. If he spends the power, he's still not going to have like power for Slippery. He might just spend the power just to make it
Yeah,
harder.
yeah.
A Rhino being in the middle of nowhere is not doing him any favors.
Okay, so just how does Cory not how does he stop from scoring 4? What does he have to do here? Um,
Gwen needs to be. I feel like Gwen needs to be stopped because she can just go up and get the friendship bonus off of Miles. That's 3 points right at the top there.
right, but if he Rhino only attacks Gwen and takes her out because he has to move first, then um and then it means that he's scoring 3 with Miles and Black Cat. Okay,
Hmm.
so he's only scoring 3 in that case. You're right. Yeah, you're right. So killing Gwen here is the way to keep this score alive, especially because then you'll get a last activation to be able to displace like Wong um or I guess Miles. Problem Miles can still go, which is interesting, but he won't be able to. Yeah, I think this is the way forward: is to attack and kill and daze Gwen. So Rhino's moving back and towards Cory's home secure here, and he's looking to throw 5 dice into Gwen. So I think you're do you, do you check for? Oh no, Spider Tracker. Does Spider Tracker matter here? I think you're just thinking. Aaron's probably just thinking, she'll live, and that'll be that. I've got brace, so I'm not worried about a throw.
I'm really concerned he attacked Black Cat.
Okay, look at that. Gwen rolls. Hold on, let's see if it's Gwen. Is he?
Uh,
It doesn't. Let's see. I guess we'll find out. It wasn't a Gwen. So only
okay.
3 though, so not enough.
I think you just throw to burn the brace, and
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right, because Gwen was only sticking around for a potential lifesaver on Black Cat, and now that Black Cat is relatively safe here, Gwen can just run up to Miles, and Miles doesn't have to do anything.
Yeah. That's right. There's no. So the only out here is Miles rotating towards and getting Black Cat with 1 shot. 6 dice. Um, I think. Let's see. Okay, so but let's see what happens with Aaron's activation now. You activate. Yeah, activating Gwen seems totally logical. I mean, like you could hold off on that actually. Wong's gonna be displaced off the point anyway. So,
Wong's non-consequential here. I feel like he's done
but I
his
think that's what
job.
you want. I think you just want him to waste activations. Rhino's done. I guess like I'm imagining he's not going to throw anything. I mean, you might as well. There it goes.
Yeah.
He's throwing the truck probably at Gwen, and then we're going to see Brace played. Um, but yeah, so yeah, putting Wong on the point. So Bill, basically, you're kind of forcing Bill to activate, and then you can go with Gwen to take Bill off the point, maybe. Um, yeah,
This feels like a absolute brace, right? Like there's no real reason to save it at this point. Because if this turn goes well for Aaron, he easily scores his 4 and wins.
yeah. I think that um, yeah. I mean, we're talking about like a very narrow chance for anything
Do
to on Corey's side.
do
Yeah,
5 damage on 6 dice through with not counting crits. Or sorry, not exploding crits from Miles. That's a big ask.
are we still debating the role for
I,
Brace?
I
I think
he's
that
not
there
bracing.
was. He's not.
He
He's
just
letting
takes
it
the damage
die.
and oh, it went
Oh, he
into
threw it into
Black Cat.
Black Cat. Oh, bummer. I think maybe it might have been Cory thinking about who to go into.
Hmm.
But okay, so basically you're setting up Black Cat to be dazed by Miles is what Cory was doing there. I think then.
The problem is now that Cat has power,
Yeah.
Spider Tracker is online. So
So the
when
Miles leap though will kind of get around that. So you have to like move as far as you can to close to Black Cat, but still being outside of 4, and then web swing
Mhm.
in. But okay, so we're seeing the leadership trigger. So all of the it's interesting that we're likely going to end the game with we could very well end the game with Hellfire have taken 0 damage net at the end of the whole thing. Um, Pretty interesting. Hold on. Now I'm trying to like think in my mind. How many attacks have the Web Warriors done?
One impact webbing attack from OG. That is it.
One attack.
One attack the whole game.
Yeah, yeah. And you guys think they're not toxic. um,
I got to agree with you a little bit.
no, no, they're the just that's basically when you're the best scenario team, um, you're not going to do attacks. I think like no matter who the best team is, just the way with the tools that are available, the best scenario team likely is the one that has a bunch of displacement on them, and likely is the one that's probably consistently maneuverable, quick, fast for rotations, and they're going to pick characters that have the minimal amount of um, I don't know, like you're not going to give your opponent free power if you don't have to. So I think that
You remove the variables.
yeah, exactly. So I think that if it wasn't Webs, it would be someone else who's making one attack a game and taking souls. Okay, yeah. Hellfire Club has access to almost the exact same stuff. Yeah, I mean, like you could just see you web. You could play a Hellfire Webs team.
Yeah,
Kingpin was
well, this
worse back in the day. Yeah, they're just walking around. Not even like yeah, you're just walking around. It's a giant potato. Oh man. Yeah, if not Webs, then Kingpin. That's right, exactly. It's like someone mentioned above, like it was like rock paper scissors discussion, and yeah, if you got a team that can just sit on points and do nothing, then a team that is like has heavy displacement will beat that, and just cycle goes on. Right now, this is the cycle we're on. We're on a team with heavy, good mobility, reasonably tanky, and good displacement options. So there you go.
stealth is also such a big deal as well. Like
Yeah, yeah.
other attrition rosters, like anything that just wants to sit back and shoot you, cannot do that. And so you're rolling those little chip damage attacks into someone that gets a lot of rerolls. It's the Web Warriors are in a good place right now. What do Web lose that Kingpin beats? Oh, what do Webs lose to that Kingpin beats?
Um, yeah, I don't know. I was gonna say something dumb. I was gonna just basically say like, um, I don't know,
It's a bold
nothing
assumption.
dumb.
It's a bold assumption that Webs lose. In the rock paper
I
scissors game, they're the nuclear bomb that you kind of
nothing.
you bring in.
Kingpin can roll uh players um that are inexperienced against them. And I don't know webs. I mean, like the I think the webs are harder to. I mean, they're harder to pilot. They're harder to play well. Because they've got so many tricks that you have to remember and you have to the positioning things. So I think that like good players will be able to capitalize on those things. And whereas Kingpin, you're kind of the floor is higher, right? The floor is much higher than webs, but I mean they all have their strengths. I mean they have their pros and cons. So Webs
Hey,
lose to Sam? How do Webs lose to Sam? Because isn't Sam like anti-attrition? I'm asking because not I'm being genuine because I don't know enough about this game to know to understand why they would lose to Sam. I mean, you can put webs on a bad secure. I mean, that's like putting them on demons or gamma. It makes the matchup a lot closer. A lot like there's the makes the matchup a little more favorable in your side. I don't know, like I wouldn't say favorable because I don't know, but your odds definitely increase going into a webs team if they have to play on demons. I think, right? Like
mhm.
that seems like that's the case.
Force them centrally and just kind of roll lots of dice. How do webs usually feel about like pay to flips? So meteors, mutant madman.
Yeah, their power economy is generally pretty tight from my experience and seeing them be in action. So, um, yeah, I think that yeah, I'd love to hear what Spider players, Web Warrior players' thoughts are on having to play a pay to flip mission.
ASM helps a lot with, yeah, good call, Mutalis in chat there. ASM's change with the getting extra power off of crits would make him astonishingly good. Amazing even. Matt, Doomed Prophecy didn't go anywhere. It still exists. Just grow a pair and play Asgard.
Play just play if you want to play all you got. You can play extended, right? Was that what it's called?
Mm.
Play extended.
Timelines?
Yeah, no, like the like where you can play any freaking card you want. Isn't that called
Oh,
extended?
right. Yes, I can't
Just play
remember, yeah.
extended, Matt, and then you can just use all the jank.
I wonder how many games of Doomed Prophecy drop off all you've got before we start missing CGR.
Oh man, the Shane says he likes spider portals, and it's interesting because like spider portals, like so again, I'm saying this with like 5 games of webs in my life, and it's just like I still makes me uncomfortable to play spider portals because you're putting a character like closer to the enemy team, and you're also you could even go closer if you roll a skull.
Hmm.
So hold on, what did we see here? Did we see Gwen move and then displace Rhino away from the secure and then move back? I think
We
that's what we
did.
saw, right? So we
He's
okay, so
really he's really sticking around for the lifesaver on Cat.
I think it's just to score the bone. I mean, just to score the VP. It's like everything, right? All these things are being contributing factors to why he's staying there, and they're not really in danger. He held on to brace, so like they're not in danger of a build double walk throw. Um, and if he does that, Wong just gets the point. So like he's basically Aaron has is like I don't think there's a way out of this now. I think he just put the guaranteed win on the board with that move, and so now yeah, I don't see a way out of this now. I don't see any sort of mathematical possible thing other than like
This has to be the difference between a player of my caliber and a pair of Aaron's caliber here because I've been rambling this last like 10, 20 minutes being like, oh, it's easy. Just move Gwen up to the top point, score your three. Clearly, he's already assessed that. And he's got like, I wouldn't have thought of the Gwen play because I'm like, oh, yeah, Gwen put Gwen up at the top. But you're right. Brace is still online. Spider Tracker's still online. Gwen is there to keep Black Hat safe. He's covered every single one of his bases. Like, there's a huge gulf between my understanding of the game and his, and it's honestly kind of beautiful to watch.
hmm. Mutulus says that that Aaron might have a DC issue here. He might have to forfeit the game with an internet connection. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But yeah, this. I think that I mean, like, doesn't he still win? I don't know. Like,
But
even
he
if he
still
just
does. He's
if he
just,
did nothing else the rest of the game, doesn't he? He might have it anyway, right?
but
uh,
he's putting it beyond any doubt.
yeah, yeah. So, yeah, no, Aaron is a player that I would be pretty intimidated to play against from just watching this game alone. It's he knows he's making a lot of great moves. So, yeah, you just have to when you're playing against a player that's better than you. You just like I play a lot of those. Okay, I play a lot of those. There's so many players um, that beat me, and so um, it's I don't know. You just have to keep making the best moves possible and hoping you can find a blunder on the enemy side. What I like to say is when I go to an event, the first time I see a blunder from my opponent, like in like the round one, ideally round one, it just like calms me down a lot because it's like, oh my gosh, the player I'm playing against is not like a game bot and isn't gonna make every perfect move here, and maybe I can win this.
Hmm.
Um, but when you're playing against players like Aaron who have like these very small windows of mistakes, if there were any, then man, those are. Uh-oh. Oh, we just unlocked the table. We unlocked the sheet. Are we gonna get this fixed, or looks like the game mat is coming off the board here. I take 49% against Aaron any day. Yeah, man. If I have a 49% chance to win against a top level player, that's what I'm gonna play the roster that gets me that.
I think Cory has identified his only out. Now that
Flipping
the
the
board
table.
has now the board has been reset.
Yes. Very creative play by Cory. Let's see how what's that dodgeball? uh,
It's a bold move, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off.
yeah, yeah.
Who did we have left to go? 99.9% sure it was just both
Oh,
Miles.
they're playing under the table here. If you creep your camera view down, we can see the level of action that we're dealing with. I don't know if I'm sure everyone else has done this here because I've done this a couple times. People I've played against. I think like everyone has done this at least once.
Hmm.
Um, delete the mat. Yeah, yeah. That's just pick the table up. I'm not commenting because I want to see like how this plays out. So let's see how they. I mean, it's all.
The only way he could kill the whole Web's team with his limited activations was to bury them all alive.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Well, in about 50 minutes from now, we've got Leaf First Nobility in the West Finals. So that will. I think that'll be another great match. And Leaf is a two-time finalist in the leagues. What was that? Season 11 and season 9. So it'll be. I think we're gonna see another. I mean, and Nobility is great too. So we're gonna see another. There it goes. We're gonna see another high-level game here coming up in less than an hour.
Sorry, I just loved that the mat was unceremoniously just thrown from the board.
Yeah, yeah. Just start eating their model. So, dear God.
I'd be too shy to eat my enemy's models unless it was person. So the idea of just timidly nibbling on a Hulk.
Mm.
But it's tasty.
Okay, so I think okay, hold on. He attacked Wong, so that's something that we did miss. So we had Bill attacking Wong, getting him. He's got one action left, I think.
It's two actions. He threw the bus.
Okay, okay. Two
And
actions.
then
But
Aaron saved Brace.
so all right. I think we're just looking for some score out opportunity or like just some. Oh, look at that. That's even. Oh man, that's a bummer. you you you're just trying to score some VPs at the end of the game and you're just outside. All right. Well, that's I mean, that's just how it is. That's the game. What? So Miles just stays there, right? I mean,
Yeah, Miles
depends.
does. Miles does nothing.
I mean, it depends on like if Aaron wants to pull. Oh, hold on, no, we have. He has to. Um, Cory has last activation here, so Miles, you do you see Miles double walk to or like move? jump to where Bill is and attack Bill, you or we're just gonna see him.
No, he stays
Yeah.
up there. I think it's there's no real like Miles has to do too much,
Yes,
and
that's
Aaron has too many things online. But again, I've been
he's measuring. He's
so
checking it.
wrong before.
He's checking it. I think that the issue is that could you stop this? Right. I'm just trying to think of could you stop this? Because if Miles, so now Miles gets to go, and Aaron is only scoring. He's scoring the Gwen point, which is representing 3 VPs, and he's only scoring the Miles point, which is only scoring a 4th VP. Am I missing something? Sorry, 5, because Miles has a point. Miles has as an extract, so we're
I say
scoring.
Miles has an extract, which is why I was convinced Gwen was
Oh,
going up top
no,
for an
I
instant
think you
VP.
can get. I think you can stop this right now based on where we're at. So we have Miles attacking into Black Cat. Oh, he didn't. Okay, I guess. Okay, he's attacking into Black Cat, and we're gonna see. Do we see Webline pull? No, we don't, because you're gonna have range 3 against him anyway. So it's like there's no way to stop that. Miles could pick up this extract. I would have liked to have seen him maybe measure range 2 on Rhino for the bonus. Who else has one? Bill has one. Yeah, because Bill has one and he's outside of Emma's range. But if you get Black Cat here, you're scoring only 2 points with Miles. So the game is not over. And this is why running away with Black Cat might have been like better here, because you might lose the VP. Um, oh,
I think he's measuring Venom Blast here. I
oh,
think.
he's he oh, interesting. Yeah, you're guaranteeing it because you've got 4 power. So you're not forcing him to spend the power though, right? So you're gonna get the webline pull. He's gonna get his action back, and then you hit him with the 6 dice builder.
Mm.
I think is the chain of events we're seeing right now. So I think there was a blunder at some point back there with Gwen. I don't know, like maybe it's tricky. It's hard to know, but there might have been a better option. I don't know for sure. No Escape did mention earlier to rotating Wong down to the southern extremist console, like in round 2, I think it was, and I think that probably was the right play at the time, and because now Wong is doing nothing for your team at this on in the current position he's in. Okay, so we're seeing in a Gwen.
Why
Uh,
Gwen?
because it's the same thing. You're still stopping a
Oh
VP.
yeah.
So going into Gwen is reasonable. You're also burning Brace, so it actually is probably better if you can get this to work. And it looks like you're you're not. You're not.
Oh
That's
no.
it. That's game. Because she's
Three
gonna live with
blocks. Three
Brace.
blocks.
There's and triple blocks it too. So you're just gonna hold on. Gwen has no power. So yeah, she takes 1. Wow. She needed that triple block there. You're going to take 1 on Gwen. She's going to live. And then you brace with Black Cat and you win the game. That was a little lucky on the end there. I mean, of course, like Aaron was in a dominant position, but things could have um, worked out better this round for Cory with a little bit of luck on his side. But attacking Gwen guaranteed the loss. That's just Aaron's dice. If she dies, then you lose the bonus and you're only scoring 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Okay. Did the score go up yet? Okay, we're gonna jump into their chat. You're in the TTS Discord, right?
Yeah, I am.
So let's jump into their chat room and then we'll ask them a couple questions.
Sure.
Let's wait till we're gonna wait until Aaron has put his score at 16. Just so that like they're locked in.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa, okay, scared
Oh
me for a second.
yeah.
All
It'd be
right.
funny if neither of us could math.
Let's jump in. Hey guys.
Gentlemen.
Thank
Hey,
All right, thanks for letting us stream the game. Um, Cory, what were your thoughts coming in, seeing Aaron's roster and the crisis come up?
The crisis came up. I didn't actually feel too badly on, but he just had a better scenario play with the Web Warriors than I did. I had a rough first 2 rounds there, and then I just lost my footing, and I wasn't able to get that back. Him scoring 6 victory points round 1, round 2 was too much.
Yeah, that was a pretty cool to see two scenario teams go against each other here on this shape. The Rhino not getting what he wants out of that early activation is kind of like you kind of needed that little bit of a snowball effect to start happening with Rhino, and that just he never really got off too bad there. And yeah, so Aaron, what were your thoughts on the crisis drop and the team that you saw against you?
Paranoia is by far my most not hated, but less practiced scenario. So I would much rather the other ones. That's why I brought Peter one and Gwen, so I could make sure to pull him apart, so he wasn't going to be able to score the extra one though. So, despite the fact that I didn't like it, I had a team that could deal with it pretty well.
Yeah, and unfortunately with those pulls, I didn't get Emma set up in time to start preventing that with her shield mine. So you got to pull me around a little bit extra there.
Yep.
Aaron, it was this last round here. Miles could have got Gwen to stop the game from ending on round 3. Was there anything that you saw on this round that you could have done, or maybe the round before that you could have done differently to maybe like lock it in? Um, I don't know enough about how to play webs to see what better options there were.
Not really in the heat of the moment.
Yeah.
If I go back and rewatch it, I probably could. My only regret is the early activation of Peter that led to him getting dazed the next turn. I definitely should have saved him for later activation.
Dave, do you have any questions for the players?
Yeah, Cory. I wanted to just touch on the top of round 2. You identified, or you seemed to identify, very very quickly, the game, the secure game was getting away from you, and you decided like, hey, I'm just gonna go start murdering. Who was your first target?
Yeah, actually, that was actually quite a bit of a misplay. So with that Rhino chasing down the Toad, what I should have done is what I was trying to do. Set up Rhino, place within one. So if he did slippery, he did have to go towards my other pieces, and then I should have actually went with Rhino into Wong and held the back point with Rhino. That would have secured him a way to get extra power for Stampede and whatnot that he would want later on. So that's where I misplayed because I did get into his space a little bit of to go after Toad and get his extract, where I should have just played it safe and went after a secure.
Awesome, thank you. And Aaron, hi, nice to meet you. Wonderful game you played. I wanted to ask. We were keeping track of how many attacks that you made the entire game, and I think we ended with 1. And the only reason you did it with OG Parker was to get the 1 power. How frequently does that happen with your rosters where you're just not attacking?
So it's kind of my MO. I have to pay my local meta $5 for every attack I make. So whether it's Avengers, Webs, Inhumans, doesn't matter. So honestly, I really think that's probably the best way to play like crunchy competitive MCP, if you will. It's not like Thursday night game night. Let's just go and throw no attacks. That's not fun. But if you're trying to win, I really think the fewer attacks you make with the scenario team, right?
Yeah.
Like if you're playing Red Skull 3 Cabal, CGR, etc., then clearly you're trying to murder. But if you are not trying to murder, you should never throw an attack, because why would I ever give my opponent power?
It's
That's
so
I need to
bizarre.
learn from my scenario team as well. I used to always play killy teams, and now I'm on a Hellfire, and I'm just trying to get that switch of the brain to just play scenario and not worry about attack.
It's just so bizarre to see the score line at the end of the game and then see one team having taken 0 damage.
Yeah, I took some damage, but I always healed it back up. So it's funny to see full stock, healthy characters with like no damage on them.
Well, thanks, guys. It was an absolute pleasure to watch.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah. Thanks for letting us stream the game. Congratulations to Aaron for making it into for winning second chance finals for the central bracket. So you've made it into the season 13 top cut, and congrats to Cory for making it to the finals. That's no easy feat. So thank you again for letting us stream. So have a good night, guys.
You too. Thanks.
Thank you, Lucas and David.